moment that the young uncle realized he had already fallen in love with his niece, who was not related to him by blood, but he had hurt her over and over again. It was his heartlessness and indifference that led the girl down this irreversible path. It turned out that when her parents were busy with business, the girl was sent to live with the young uncle. The girl was immediately attracted to her handsome uncle with just one glance. From that moment on, the girl fell in love with her uncle. No matter what the young uncle did, the girl always stuck to him. Until one day, the girl gathered the courage to confess to her uncle. Little did she know, this would mark the beginning of the end of their relationship. The young uncle saw himself as her uncle. In order to dispel her unrealistic ideas, he mercilessly told her that she was too ugly. The young uncle's words deeply hurt the girl's heart. The girl fell into severe self-doubt. She cried sorrowfully as she looked at herself in the mirror, because her one-sided love was just a joke to her uncle. At this point, the young uncle chose to go abroad to escape from the girl, and he was gone for 3 years. One day, the girl, who missed her uncle, finally waited for him to return. Just as the girl ran to hug her uncle, he shoved her away and coldly said he didn't want to see her. After 3 years, the girl never expected her uncle to still be so heartless. He directly ignored the heartbroken girl and turned to leave. When the girl returned home, feeling lost and broken, her mother was out due to work. She told the girl to go to the young uncle's house for a meal. But even though the young uncle didn't like her, the girl still chose to go to his house to eat. As soon as the girl entered the young uncle's house, she heard his cold, biting words, and the girl could only force back her tears and pretend not to understand. Who would have thought that the young uncle's words would become more and more cutting? He directly told her not to appear in front of him again. At this moment, the girl could no longer suppress the sadness in her heart. Without saying another word, she ran out. At this point, the young uncle realized that he had said too much. He came out to comfort the heartbroken girl, although he simply draped his coat over her. It reignited the girl's hope in him, until one day, when the girl went to have a meal with the young uncle, her hope was once again shattered. It turned out that the young uncle already had a fiancée and was about to get married soon. After they met, the fiancée asked the girl to send her wedding blessings, but the young uncle thought the girl was just a child and didn't know how to give blessings. It was only at this point that the girl realized that in her uncle's heart, she was just a child who would never grow up. What the man didn't know was, even though he tried to hide it well, his fiancée saw through him. The fiancé knew that the man liked the girl. His proposal to her was just a show for the girl. Even his 3 years abroad were to protect the girl. The purpose was to keep her from being hurt. Upon hearing this, the man realized his love for the girl. So, he went home and told his father the truth. After hearing it, his father also agreed to his marriage with the girl. So, the man decisively went to find the girl. Meanwhile, the unsuspecting girl had just returned home when she heard a heartbreaking piece of news. It turned out that when the girl was young, the hospital had made an error in her records. Her current parents were not her biological parents, but her adoptive parents still had